Hello, family. This is your friend Kenesha, and welcome to another episode of Transformation Tuesday. Remember, we're talking about how can we transform ourselves from the inside out. And the word transform means to make a thorough or dramatic change in character, form, or appearance. And we broke the word transform down to trans, which is taking real people and navigating towards success. And form is forcing ourselves into radical metamorphosis or focusing on the right mindset. So we've been talking about emotional intelligence for the last several weeks. So we're going to take an opportunity this week to go back and watch some important snippets, and let's enjoy. And now I want to move us on to the next concept when we're thinking of transforming, and that notion is called emotional intelligence. Say that. Emotional intelligence. How many of you have heard of that? Okay, here's what the definition is. Emotional intelligence is the capacity to be aware of, in control, or to express one's emotion, and to handle interpersonal relationships judiciously and emphatically. So I want you to take a look. I found two comics that really illustrated emotional intelligence. Now, emotional intelligence is not regular intelligence like IQ, and we'll get into a little bit more of that in just a second. So take a look at this first one. It says, my short-term goal is to bluff my way through this job interview. My long-term goal is to invent a time machine so I can come back and change everything I've said so far. Now, I think we can agree that this guy was probably pretty smart because he received the interview. But just his emotional intelligence and awareness of the situation perhaps was not there. Let's take a look at this second one, EQ. So we want to change ourselves. So then I thought about this, the word emotions, and I'll read the definition to you. It says a natural, instinctive state of mind deriving from one's circumstances, mood, or relationships with others. So how can we get a grip or control on our emotions? So I thought about this show, All in the Family, that was back in the 1970s, and with Archie Bunker as the main character. And let me read to you what it said about All in the Family. It says, on the first episode, it says, when it first aired on January 12th, 1971, it was accompanied by a disclaimer. This program, or the program you're about to see, is All in the Family. It seeks to throw a humorous spotlight on our frailties, prejudices, and concerns. By making them a source of laughter, we hope to show in a mature fashion, this is what they claim, just how absurd they are. In the first two versions, the show's opening title was accompanied by suggested for mature audiences. And here's why. The main character, Archie Bunker, emotions out of control. It says that he was known as everyone's favorite lovable bigot. Now, I have a problem with that, but that's for another episode. And then emotions everywhere, I thought about, what is a wild person like? We talked about this word wild. And so I looked at the definition, I'll read it to you. It says, if a person is wild, he might be unrestrained, crazy, even enthusiastic. It says, like someone who's wild about a certain type of music. It says the term to run wild means to grow unrestrained, undisciplined, like a wild animal or an imagination that isn't held back by rules. So when we don't have a control over our emotions and ourself, then we can be a person that runs wild. That is. We've been talking the last few weeks about emotional intelligence and being aware of ourselves and our emotions and feelings so we can improve. So I'm thinking about a word for this week, and the word is feedback, and here's the definition. It is information about reactions to a product, a person's performance of a task, etc., which is used as a basis for improvement. So immediately this show that I used to watch popped in my mind, and it is called The Young and the Restless. My grandmother watched it, my mom watched it, so therefore I watched it. And I'll tell you this, there's this character on there, his name is Victor Newman. And Victor is like the boss man of Genoa City. He's a billionaire, multi-billionaire, and he runs just about everything. But what I noticed about Victor is his emotional intelligence is rather low. He's been married, divorced, married, divorced, married, divorced. He and Nikki, they're back married, I guess. I don't watch it anymore. But his emotional intelligence is low, and I wonder if he's ever asked for feedback. So our thought for today is EQ Improvement 101, Relationships. So we'll be reading from this book. All right, family, I hope that you have enjoyed this week's review episode of Emotional Intelligence. Remember, we want to change from the inside out. This is your friend Kenesha. Have a great day. God bless you.